Hi guys, so this video is showing you multiplying fractions, just the basic concept, okay? So here's my problem, 1/3 times 2/5. So I'm going to show you how I would solve it. So when you multiply fractions, multiply or divide, you don't need a common denominator. Remember, our denominator is our bottom, so 3 and 5. When I say common, it means the same. Now, these the same? No, but for multiplication, it does not need to be the same. So I'm going to go ahead and solve. With multiplication, it's super easy. All I do is I just go across and I solve it. So, pull out my marker. I'm going to start with 1, the top, the numerator, times 2. 1 times 2 is 2. So I'm going to write it as my new numerator. Write my fraction bar, and now we'll go to the bottom. 3 times 5. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. It's 15. So I'll write 15 on the bottom. So my new fraction is 2/15. I look at that. I don't think I can simplify it, but let's go ahead and try. So my first thing when I simplify is I'm going to think, can I divide it by 2? So let's look at the numerator. Can I divide that by 2? Yes. What about my denominator? Can I do 15 divided by 2? Nope, can't do that. So that's as small as it can go for right now. Okay, let's do another problem. So this time I have 3/8 multiplied by 1/4. Remember, we're going to start with the numerator, and I can just multiply across. So I'm going to do 3 times 1, because those are both on top. 3 times 1 is 3. Write my 3 as my new numerator. I'm going to get out my green marker, though. There we go. So I'll write 3 and put my fraction bar. Okay, now it's time for the denominator. So let's do 8 times 4. I'm going to think really hard about that. 8, 16, 24, 32. 32 is my answer. I'll write it on the bottom. 3 over 32. And I'm going to think, can I simplify this? Let's see, can I divide both the numerator and the denominator by 2? Let's think about it. 3 I can't divide by 2. 32 I can, but I can't do 3, so I can't do that. Let's see if I can divide both of them by 3. So let's look at the numerator. I can divide that by 3, but 32 I can't do. I know that 3 times 11 is 33, but I can't do 32 divided by 3. So that is as far as I can go there. That's my answer. Go ahead and circle it. All right, one more problem. This time I'm going to show you a couple extra things. First, this time I'm going to have to simplify my fraction. So I'll show you how to simplify. And then I'm also going to show you how this works with a model. If you're wondering, how do we even know that multiplying across works? I'm going to show you. So, as usual, we start with our numerator, which is the top. 1 times 2. Oh, so easy. Write 2 on the top, and my fraction bar. There it is. And now I'll do 4 times 6. 6 times 4, I remember it rhymes. 6 times 4 is 24. So I'll write 24. Okay, so time for simplifying. I always think first, can I divide the numerator and the denominator by 2? So let's look and see. Can I do 2 divided by 2? Yes. 24 divided by 2? Yes. So let's go ahead and do it. I'm just going to write my little division sign. They need to match on the bottom and the top. So I'm going to put 2 on the top, 2 on the bottom. Let's do our new fraction. 2 divided by 2, super easy. That's just 1. 24 divided by 2, ooh, that one's a little bit trickier. If I go all the way up to 12, I will get to 24. So my new fraction is 1/12. I know I can't go any simpler because I have a 1. Once I get to my 1, that's as far as I can go. Okay, so now I'm going to show you a model of this, how we know that when I multiply across, it's going to get me the correct answer. So first I'm going to draw 1/4. I'm going to just draw it kind of like a tape diagram. So I've got my big block, and I'm going to break it into 4 pieces. All of these are 1/4, 1/4, 1/4, 1/4, 1/4, because when I have 1, 2, 3, 4, it adds up to 4/4, which is 1 whole rectangle. There it is. my one rectangle. Okay, so I've got my fourths. What about my sixes? So I'm going to break it apart this way into 6 pieces. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ooh, that looks kind of crazy. I know that all of these this way is 1 6. Maybe I'll write it over here. Here's 1 6, 1 6. Oh, this is so tiny. Okay, there's my sixes. So they wanted 1/4. So here's 1/4. I'm going to just use this rectangle right there. There it is. And then they want 2 6. So I'm going to shade in 2 6. 1, 2, because those are my sixes. 1, 2. Okay, so they want me to get to 1/12 or 2 24ths. So let's count and see how many boxes we actually have now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. And I saw that I shaded in 2 of my 24ths. So I made it to 2 24ths, and if I simplified it, I'd get to 1/12. All right, friends, on some of your problems, you're going to have a mixed number. Remember, mixed numbers look like this. It's mixed because I have a whole number and a fraction. Now, when you're multiplying fractions, we can't really work with this. We're going to have to make this an improper fraction. So I'm going to show you how to do that. This is a trick I like to use. It's super easy. We're going to go from the bottom all the way around to the top. Let me show you what that means. So I'm going to start at the bottom, and I'm also going to put my multiply sign right here. I'm going to put an addition sign here. Now we're going to start at the bottom. I'm going to do 4 times 3. You see how I went with that curve? 4 times 3. I'm going to think, what's 4 times 3? 4, 8, 12. So I'm going to do 12. I'm going to keep that in my head. 12, 12, 12, 12, 12, 12, 12. Until I get to the top. 12 plus 1. So I'm going to think, what's 12 plus 1? 13. Over here, here's my new fraction. 13 is going to be the numerator. I need to remember it's not the whole number anymore. It's the numerator. 13. And then actually it's super easy. My denominator stays the same. It just becomes a 4. So now I have 13/4, which looks weird, and that's why it's called an improper fraction. But now I can use this to multiply across, and I'll show you a problem like that in a little bit. Okay, let's do one more mixed number. So remember, I need to start from the bottom and go all the way to the top. So I'm going to start here. I'm going to curve all the way around. You don't have to draw this arrow, it just helps me sometimes. I'm going to start here. Make sure I've got my times sign on the bottom, or my multiplication sign, and my addition sign at the top. Okay, let's start at the bottom. 9 times 5. 9 times 5, I'm going to think in my head, I believe it is 45. And now I'm going to think 45, 45, 45, 45, 45. Oh, I got to my plus. 45 plus 8. Let's see, 45, 53. So I'm going to write my 53. Remember, this isn't the whole number. This is the numerator. And I can remember that my denominator stays the same. So I'll just keep the 9 the same. And now I'm ready to multiply. Okay, I lied. We're going to do one more mixed number. This time I want to show you how this actually works, why going around and multiplying and adding actually works. Let's go ahead and solve it first. Remember, I'm going to start at the bottom, go all the way around to the top. Need my multiply, my addition. So start here. 4 times 3, I think 12. 12, 12, 12, 12, 12, 12, 12, plus 1 is 13. I'm going to rewrite it. 13, my numerator is 13, and my denominator stays the same. It's still a 4. So let me show you how this works. So I'm going to think of it as pizzas. My whole number means 3 whole pizzas. My fraction means 1/4 of a pizza. So let's go ahead and draw it. Let's draw 3 pizzas and draw them down here. 1, 2, 3. And I get to eat the whole thing. So I'm going to just shade it all in. 3 whole pizzas. That's a lot, but I'm growing a baby, so it's okay. And then I have 1/4 of a pizza. So I'll go ahead and split it into fourths, but this time I only get 1/4. So I'm only going to shade one piece. Now, I want to actually think about how many fourths of pizza I'm eating. So I'm going to break up all of my pizzas like this one. Let's break it into fourths, break it into fourths, break it into fourths. Now I can count. Let's see how many fourths I have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I can't count these because I didn't eat them. So how many was that? 13? So I have 13 fourths, which is exactly the same as my answer. That's how that works. All right, so now that we've learned about how to multiply fractions and about how to solve mixed numbers, it's time to put them all together. This is going to get pretty messy, so make sure you have a lot of paper ready to go. Here's my problem. Go ahead and take a second to write it down so you can do it with me. 2 1/4 times 1 1/5. Okay, so I see my mixed numbers. I know I'm not going to be able to multiply across because I've got these big whole numbers here. So I've got to make it into improper fractions first. Let's go ahead and let's start right here. I'm going to solve it and then I'm going to rewrite it down here. So let's go ahead and solve. I know I start at the bottom. I go around to the top. I have my multiply on the bottom, my add on the top. Here we go. 4 times 2 is 8. You think about it, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8. Plus 1, 8 plus 1 is 9. I'm going to rewrite it. Remember, this isn't my new whole number. This is my numerator. So let's do 9. And the denominator stays the same. So I'm going to see, 4 is my denominator. Let's put it down there. Okay, but I'm not done. I'm going to bring down this multiply sign. I haven't used it yet. And I got to do this one too. So let's go ahead and do him. I'm going to go all the way around. I'm going to put my multiply. And put my add. Let's do it. 1 times 5, that is 5. I'm going to think in my head 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. Plus one more. 5 plus 1 is 6. Remember, this is my numerator. Oh, did I write that? Oh, I wrote that backwards. That's hard to write upside down. 6. And now my denominator stays the same. There it is. It's a 5. Let's write 5. There we go. And I'm not done. I haven't even solved it yet. Let's bring down this equal sign. I haven't used him yet. Now I'm ready to multiply across. I'm going to do 9 times 6. 9 times 6 is 54. I'm going to put my fraction bar. Now I'll go to my denominators. 4 times 5. That's easy. 4 times 5 is 20. There it is. Oof. I think I can simplify this. Let's go ahead and simplify it, make it even more complicated. I'm going to think first, can I divide both of these by 2? So let's see. 54, I know I can divide that by 2 because it's even. And 20, I can divide that by 2 because it's even. So I'm going to divide both by 2. Divide by 2, make sure your top and bottom match. Divide by 2 equals. Let's move this up here. So I've got some extra room. Okay, 54 divided by 2. Oh, that's a hard one. I might need to do some long division or use my calculator. I am smart and I know that it's 25 plus 2, which is 27. Is that correct? Yeah, 27. So 54 divided by 2 is 27. Let's go ahead and write 27 on top. Let's do 20. 20 divided by 2. That one's easy. That's 10. All right. I'm going to think, can I go smaller than this? Let's see. Can I divide 27 by anything? No, I don't think so. Or not by 2 anyway. And then 10, I can, but I can't do both of them. So I think that's as far as I can go. If I really wanted to, real fast, I'm going to show you how to make it back into a mixed number. So for my mixed number, I'm gonna kind of go backwards. let's do how many 10s go into 27. I know 10, 20, so 2 10s. I'm going to go ahead and write that as my whole number. 2, this is equal to, sorry, it's getting a little messy. This is equal to 2 and a fraction. So I did 10, 20, so that's 20, but I know that there's a little bit more, right? It's 27, so 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. Oh, there are 7 left. So I'm going to leave the 7 tenths that we didn't use. So 2 and 7 tenths. I don't think Miss Clarabelle is having you do this today, but if you got it, that's awesome. All right, guys, final problem, final example. This is the last one on the video, but if you are really still struggling with this or you're just not sure, please look at my video chat link that I post in my classroom. And if you don't have it, just write a message on Google Classroom and I'll give you the link, okay? All right, here it is. 3 1/2 times 4 fifths. It's going to get messy. Get out all your paper. You're going to need lots of paper. Here we go. I can't solve this because I have a mixed number right here. This one's not mixed, so that makes it easier for me, but I still got to make this improper. So let's go ahead. I'm going to go all the way around from the bottom to the top. Put my multiply sign on the bottom. My addition sign on top. Let's go ahead and do it. So I'm going to start on the bottom. 2 times 3, 2, 4, 6. Oh, it's 6. I'm going to think in my head 6 so I don't forget. 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6. Oh, 6 plus 1. 6 plus 1 is 7. I know that this is my new numerator. That's right, 7. My fraction bar. And my denominator stays the same. It's 2. I'm going to bring down my multiply sign because I haven't used him yet. And now my 4 fifths, I don't have to make it into an improper fraction. It's already a fraction. So I'm just going to bring the whole thing down. 4 fifths. And my equal sign because I haven't used him yet either. Okay, now I'm ready to go. I can do 7 times 4. And 7 times 4 is 28. Go ahead and write my 28. Now I can do 2 times 5 is a 10. Awesome. I'm going to hurry and simplify this, or I'm going to make it. Let's simplify it first. So I'm going to think first, my first step is, can I divide both numbers by 2? I think that I can because they're both even, so let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to write, oh, let's move this down so you can see. Divide that by 2. Divide that by 2. Make sure they always match. 28 divided by 2. Ooh, that's a little bit hard, but I know my secret is I can divide both numbers by 2 if it's even. So 2 divided by 2, or 2 split in half, is just 1. 8 split in half, or 8 divided by 2, is 4. 14. 10 divided by 2, and that one's easy. That's a 5. All right, so I've got 14 fifths. Now I'm going to, up here, if you're wanting some extra challenge, I'm going to turn it into a mixed number because right now it's improper. I'm going to think, how many 5s go into 14? 5, 10, 15. Oh, that's too many. I went past 14. Looks like it's just 2. So my big whole number is 2. And now I got to think, how many fifths did I have left over? I'll write my fifths down here. Let's figure out how many I had. So I did 2, or I did 5. Sorry. 5, 10. And then I need to get to 14. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Oh, I had 4. So I'm going to write 4 fifths. That's how much I didn't use. 2 and 4 fifths. That's it.